been about influence. Pitched battles in which armies go to war with machines of death and destruction is about nothing more than influence, controlling the land to influence it, to tell them what language to speak, to tell them what currency to use, to tell them who to vote for. It's always been about influence. The battle for control, the battle for information, people think it's a small one. Oh yeah, they control the information, but it doesn't matter, it's just a website. No, because the information influences you. And battles for influence are the only reason there's been battles since the dawn of human time. We're now living in a world where there is an endless battle ongoing for your mind. They're trying to control what you see. Because if they control what you see, they can control what you think, and they can influence you. And once they can influence you, they can control you. Every single thing that exists out there inside of the Matrix is done so with a purpose. They don't give you the news for free because they want you to be informed. They give you the news for free because they want you to watch it so they can tell you what to think. What they don't understand is that the relationships I'm describing are not just perfect for the man. Women are absolutely happy serving a man they respect. Women are absolutely happy saying, you know what, I know I have the best man on the planet and I know I make him happy.
It's easier to become rich than it has ever been. It's easier to network than it's ever been. It's easier to learn a skill than it's ever been. It's easier to make money than it's ever been. It's literally a golden age where more people can become millionaires from nothing than ever before. If you're not taking advantage now, if you're not motivated, if you're not up every day, if you're not trying hard now, you're certainly not going to try hard when it gets 10 times harder, and then you're in real trouble.
Yep.
Women have basically no idea what men find attractive. You all live in a dream world. Because if women knew what men wanted to see and hear, you could have any man you wanted. I see chicks out here going, I can't get a good man. Then you're a dumbass, because it ain't hard. Let's start with the basics. Stop dancing in clubs. You think it looks sexy, it ain't sexy. 2, no matter where you've been, or whatever amazing things you've done, or what expensive cars you've been in, etc., shut up. Because when you talk about those things, all you're really saying is some other dude. 3, you don't like those girls who know lots of people. Because if you know lots of people, it's probably because you've had a lot of dick. Since I've become super famous, girls are saying all the wrong things to me. And then I came along because I don't want them to call me misogynistic, and now I'm helping women to do better. So this is now, I'm now a female dating coach. I've changed from the masculine side, I'm now on the woman's side. Women, shut the fuck up, and you might find a man who loves you.
I think a man should have absolutely no interest in whether he's actually happy or not. If I wake up and I'm unhappy, I will do the exact same things as if I am happy. I will go to the gym the same. I will work the same. How I feel has no impact on how I live my life. I don't think happiness as an index is a healthy view for a man to have on life success. If you're waking up and going, oh, am I happy, am I not? You're looking at life wrong. I think as of a man, if you put happiness if you move it down the scale, right, and you start looking at, am I successful? Am I competent? You know, am I achieving things? Am I respected? If you start to look at these indicators of your life, you're going to end up being happier without actually analyzing if you're happy or not.
If you want to be happy, go earn it. Go tell me what. I'm unhappy. Okay, what would make you happy? This. Go get it then. Oh, I don't know how. So you're not unhappy. What you are is lazy. So you've confused the two. Because I knew I needed to be a millionaire and a kickboxing world champion. And I knew I needed a drop-top Lambo, 10 million in the bank to be happy. I knew what I needed, and I got it. If you start at the same time as everybody else, you don't have an advantage over everybody else. You're going to run a race. You want to go first, don't you? Right? So do you have to wait for the calendar to reset because you really need that little bit of extra motivation to not be a lazy piece of shit? Do you need to see a number 1 on the calendar to get up and get your work done? It's the day after Christmas. The jet's fuel, jumped on the plane, and I'm going out to the streets to make money. And I have a bunch of money, and I'm up working. So I don't know how you can sit at home with no money and think, oh, I don't need to go work right now. I can wait for the new year. No, you fucking cannot wait.
When someone says to me, I want to escape the matrix, I think for myself is, okay, then you need to be prepared financially. You need money to go to war. So the first thing I do is I teach anybody who's a fan of mine to make as much money as possible. And I don't do that to make money. In fact, school is ridiculously cheap. It's so cheap, it's less than a lunch. Anybody who is a fan of mine, I want those people to be as wealthy as possible because they agree with my mindset. I want to equip my soldiers. I don't want everyone who agrees with me to be an unimportant brokey. I want the people who agree with me to be influential and rich. I want them to be able to stand up and talk and fight for themselves.
if I park one of my 17 supercars outside a club, right? Let's say the Lambo's outside, and dudes are trying to break in. Even though I know the locks, the alarm, the immobilizer is solid, you can't steal a Lambo. Dudes are trying to break in, and I see it. Am I going to allow them to try? No. So if I have a chick, even though I know she won't let them smash, it's not jealousy, it's territorialism. And no one's going to be allowed to even try. How am I supposed to have a chick I truly love and care about when every dude in the world can just hit on her, even if she says no? If you want to go to the club, you can go with me. You want to go to Maldives, baby? I'll take you to Maldives. Where do you want to go? I'll take you all around the world, baby. I'll take you anywhere you need to go.
What the fuck are you doing with your time and your life? I don't understand how you do not have a fire in your mind that is compelling you to conquer Earth. You've got all this time and you're not doing anything with it.
I don't believe in changing the rules of the game. I believe in winning. In chess, when you look at the board, you don't sit there and go, I'm losing, I wish a pawn could move that way. That's stupid, because that's not the game. What I do believe in saying is, okay, I'm fucked, but what's the best possible move? Every single thing that exists out there inside of the Matrix is done so with a purpose. They don't give you the news for free because they want you to be informed. They give you the news for free because they want you to watch it so they can tell you what to think. Every class you learn in school, every TV program you watch, every website you find, all of them are created to keep your mind inside of a box. Because by keeping you inside of a box, they can keep you broke. When they keep you broke, you must adhere to society's rules and laws, even if you know they're unfair, so you have enough money to eat. This is how they control you. At 24, I couldn't pay the rent. At 28, I was a millionaire. And at 32, I bought a Bugatti because I was worth $20 million. That's how quickly you can get rich with a plan. If you don't have a plan, all you have is a dream. If your plan to get rich is longer than 3 years, it's a dream. It's a fantasy. It's a hope. If you're going to sit around and pray for a miracle, it's never going to happen. If you want to learn piano, you find someone who can learn piano, you learn from them, and you start training. If you want to get rich, find somebody who's rich and start training to get rich right here, right now.
Have you ever met a guy who's just got covered in muscles, got a six-pack? You're like, hey bro, how'd you do that? You been going to the gym? Nah man, it was just an accident. Oops. No, he built that body purposefully. He ate a specific way. He trained a specific amount. He knew exactly what he was doing. Every rich person knows exactly what they're doing. You're sitting there saying, I want to be rich. You don't even have a plan to get rich. How the fuck are you going to get rich on accident? How's that going to happen? Oops, I'm a millionaire. What would each of you tell your 17-year-old self?
It would be to not burn so much of my time. Let's talk to the 17-year-olds who are listening. You know, do you finish your job, come home, play video games, etc.? That's what I used to do when I was 17. What I didn't do is come home and think, okay, fuck, let's work on something new. Let's try and build something. Let's start a YouTube channel. Let's start creating content instead of consuming content. I'd tell myself to be a little bit more proactive with my free time and not fuck around so much.
You've never hypnotized yourself?
No, I don't know how to.
Every word that comes out of your mouth is self-hypnosis. Do you consider yourself a strong person?
Yes.
Do you say I am strong?
No.
Why not?
Just don't say it.
Do you think if you say I am strong on repeat overall in a long enough time frame, if you keep saying I am strong and truly believing it, that you'll be stronger?
No.
Well, then you're wrong.
Really?
Of course. If I were to tell you right now I could rip your head off with one finger, you wouldn't want me to try.
I mean, because you're a big guy.
Because you know I mean what I say. This is my exact point. Life is hypnosis. It's all hypnosis. You have to believe in yourself. You have to say things.
I want to make something clear about money. Getting rich is probably the worst thing that can happen to the majority of men. Most men are not ready for money. And I say this because I was broke for a very long time, lived a very difficult life, and then became rich. That's why I am, because money amplifies. So if you're the man first, and then you get rich, you're the man.
Yeah.
If you're a punk, and then you get rich, now you're a massive punk. It happens with crypto kids, right? I had one kid come to me, some 20-year-old kid. He made $86 million.
Damn.
And he came to me and he was like, Tate, I need your help. I have $86 million, blah, blah, blah. My life's still. It's like, yeah, because now you're just a sugar daddy to a bunch of who don't give a fuck about you. Like, your life's over now. You should have been the man first. You could have been a big G first. You can't even fucking pull a firearm. Like, what are you doing? I want to make something clear about money. Getting rich is probably the worst thing that can happen to the majority of men. Most men are not ready for money. And I say this because I was broke for a very long time, lived a very difficult life, and then became rich. That's why I am, because money amplifies. So if you're the man first, and then you get rich, you're the man.
Yeah.
If you're a punk, and then you get rich,
Now you're a massive punk. It happens with crypto kids, right? I had one kid come to me, some 20-year-old kid. He made $86 million.
Damn.
And he came to me and he was like, Tate, I need your help. That I have 86 million, blah, blah, blah. My life's still shit. It's like, yeah, because now you're just a sugar daddy to a bunch of who don't give a fuck about you. Like, your life's over now. You should have been the man first. You could have been a big G first. You can't even fucking pull a firearm. Like, what are you doing?
You cannot stop. You cannot give up. Most of you are happy to be losers part-time. But then that new video game comes out. I'll just play the video game. I'll just be a loser for 2 more weeks. Then I'll get back to trying to escape the matrix. It doesn't work that way. You need that momentum to break free. When a rocket is flying out towards the moon to escape the atmosphere, it doesn't fucking pause halfway up the sky, does it? No, it keeps going. You're in competition with the entire world. Everyone wants to escape. You cannot be lazy.
The Queen, in and of herself, was a symbol of everything that was beautiful about England. Good old England. Not failed London, not failed Birmingham, not failed Leicester. The good old England.
T.
The Queen was a gangster. She was around forever. You know what? I always liked the Queen.
Same.
And then she died, and I looked at all the people who were celebrating her death, and I knew I was right to like her. Because all the people who were celebrating her death were degenerate, new age, liberal, fucking psychopaths. The same people who tried to cancel me, the same people who hate everything that's good about the world, the evil people with genuinely evil hearts who say the Queen is somehow bad because she had an empire.
Why do they promote mental illness at every corner? Because if you're so busy living inside your head, you don't give a fuck about what they do to you outside of your head. I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm anxious. I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm anxious. Poor me. Self-absorbed. If they self-absorb everybody, then we're not going to rebel. Why do the Western powers also promote diversity? If every single person who is inside of a city doesn't think the same or look the same or have any kind of common ideology, how can they rise up together? How can they all get together and band together against clear injustice? They won't. Well, he looks like that, he thinks this way. He looks like that, he thinks this way. Diversity, feminism, matrimony, all this shit is deliberately designed to stop the men at the bottom realizing they're getting fucked and standing up and doing something. That's all it is. It's completely a plan. It's been put together and the elites pulled it off fantastically. That's all it is.
One of the questions I get most often is why I started Hustlers University. And I want everyone to understand the 3 reasons why I started Hustlers University. 1, I want anyone who agrees with my mindset and how I see the world to be as rich as possible because money is power. And we are now in the middle of a culture war. And I don't see the point in having a whole bunch of people watch my videos and go, yes, Tate is right, but I'm broke.
Let's go back to McDonald's and flip the burgers and talk about Tate.
Yeah, that doesn't help me, right? I need people who go, Tate is right, I'm making millions, I want to join the resistance, right? We have to fight against the machines. So anyone who agrees with me and understands how the world truly works, I want you all to have as much money as possible. That's the first thing. The second thing is,
Walk around a bunch of other poor kids and we'd be walking to school or walking to college and a Ferrari would drive past and they'd go, oh cool Ferrari, and I'd say, doesn't that annoy you? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'd be like, he knows, he's hacked the matrix. Don't you see, how does he have 400 grand for a car? He knows something we don't know. Aren't you annoyed that there's people out there living a lifestyle that we can't ever aspire to? We're never gonna work in a job and pull this off. Doesn't this bother you? And they all be like, no.
it's extremely difficult to be a man. It's very, very hard to go out there and become important as a man. You have to work your ass off.
It was hard.
It's hard, bro. You need to get in the gym. You need to get money. You need to be smart. You need to be charismatic. You need to be interesting. You have to have a nice house and a nice car. You need to be funny. You have to learn all these things. And I'm out there telling guys, look, it may not be fair, but that's the way the game works. I will teach you how to do it. You're not going to be important unless you go out there and make yourself important. I'm going to motivate you. I'm not going to try and tell you it's okay to be weak. I'm going to say, no, you need to be strong. I'm going to tell you how you can do it. Here's how you get a strong mind. I'm trying to help men not feel depressed anymore, because that's what I do. I get thousands of emails a week from men saying I've helped them with their depression, changed their worldview, their life's been better, their marriage is better. My son is now going to the gym because of you, Andrew, after he watched you on TikTok. I am helping so many people, and they pretend they care about men's mental health, and then they look at me and go, nah, we don't really care about men's mental health, and silence him, and let's give them someone else to watch who they don't feel affinity to.
It's about to be worse than ever before. The richer are going to become richer and the poor are going to become poorer. Everything I was being told and taught and they were trying to make me believe just simply wasn't true. They want you to go to school and then go to college and then go to university and get in debt. And you have to be in debt so that now you have to work. And then they want you to take on more debt if possible in the form of a mortgage. And once you're in debt, you can't really quit your job. And now they can hold things up for you. That's the goal. It's all about control mechanism. Doesn't that piss you off?
Work, consume, die, shut up, believe what you're told. That's why I call it the Matrix. Why on earth are you going to go through life and believe you're an unlucky individual?
Yeah.
I don't see how that can benefit you.
It's a shit attitude.
Why would you think? It's kind of crazy because I say this. The number one thing people don't have control of in their lives is their mind. But what's funny about that is the only thing in life you can truly control is your mind. You can't control other people. You can't control the weather. You can't even control your health. Your heart might stop beating. You don't make it beat. It just goes. So it's going to turn off one day. Yep. The only thing you can control in your life is what you think in your mind. So if you're going to sit there and go, oh, I'm sad, well, you can change that if you actually try, but you don't. You just accept it, right? So people have lost control of their own minds. And I don't understand why you would allow your mind, your own mind, to take power from you. Some of you watching this don't have a clue what I'm fucking talking about, but some of you do. Some of you understand the world enough to understand why the elites do what they do purely for their ego, and how nothing is fair, and how they're trying to destroy and crush you in real time. Those of you who think I'm crazy, fine, I'm crazy. Those of you who are intelligent enough to understand, those of you who want to swap mountains and build something new, those of you who want to escape the Matrix, I'm waiting for you in the real book. Stocks only went up, crypto only went up, and all that's coming to an end because the universe must prepare. I put a video on this channel, Tate Speech. The Fed wants you back at work. Watch that if you haven't watched it yet, because it's completely true.
They do.
They are going to make inflation go through the roof. They're going to bankrupt as many people as possible because they need you back flipping the burgers. That's their intention. They don't like this stocks only go up, crypto only goes up, no one has to work.
Making money from home.
Making money from all that has to end, right? So it's about to become hard mode. This whole frame I don't like. It's a question I get a lot. What do I do if I'm not rich? What do I do if I'm not tall? What do I do if I'm not handsome? I'm uninterested. We're not females. If you come to me and say, I'm an ugly chick, what do I do? That's a genuine question because then you're fucked, right? But if you're an ugly man, that's not real because you can become scary. There's a huge advantage in life to being likable. That is a skill that most people should cultivate, being likable. I can actually honestly say in the real world, the people who dislike me are people I've decided it's okay for them to dislike me, or pure violent haters, which every man gets, right? But if I'm in a conversation with somebody and I want them to like me, I have a 100% success rate. I know how to make people like me. I know how to be a likable person. I had a guy come to me the other day and he said, oh yeah, the women in my office really dislike me. I'm like, why? Oh yeah, well, they're this, they're that. How can you not be likable on that level? I think being likable is a superpower, and I think it's something you should cultivate, and it translates across everything from business to women to everything else. That means 30,000 people are making more than they invest, making more money than they invest each month. No traditional school does that. No traditional university does that. They rip you off, take all your money, and they don't give you anything back. Don't be impressed that I got 30,000 people to join HU. Be impressed that I keep 30,000 people subscribed.
Here are 5 things you need to quit today if you want to be a millionaire. Number 1, quit saying yes to people even though you really want to say no. Number 2, quit doing drugs and alcohol. It only slows you down. Number 3, be a risk taker and stop sitting on the sideline. Number 4, stop not asking for help. Everyone needs a mentor. And number 5, stop being so lazy.
Why it's hard for Sigma males to find friendships. As a Sigma male, it can be difficult to develop friends and relationships. We are often seen as loners, outcasts, or just plain weird by our family. Our lack of interest in modern culture can also make it hard for us to relate to our peers. As a result, this may make us further isolate from others. Follow us for more Sigma content. Why it's hard for Sigma males to find friendships.
I believe that the most important thing you can do as a man is to gain control of your mind. Once you have control of your mind, life is so ridiculously easy. It's so ridiculously easy. People say to me, Tate, you're in good shape, but all you do is drink vodka and travel the world. You're never even home. You never even have a gym. How do you do it? It's ridiculously easy if you control your mind. If I decide to do 1,000 push-ups, I'll do them. Maybe I have to do them one at a time. Maybe I'll get tired. Maybe I need a break. I'm going to do 1,000 because I said I'm going to do 1,000. It's not fucking hard. Everyone knows what they're supposed to do. Once you control your mind, it's easy. Getting over a breakup with that bitch. You miss that girl. You're upset. You miss her with all your heart. But once you realize she's gone, if you control your mind, she's gone now. She's gone now. I'm going to miss her. That's a shame. Off to the gym. You need to affirm to the universe, gentlemen. You need to wake up every day and you need to talk to the universe as if it was Alexa or Siri. And you need to say, I want to see how good life can get. I've been saying this all the time. And I thought that my life was already perfect 2 or 3 years ago.
And still it keeps getting better.
Oh, yeah.
My life keeps getting better. Now, life isn't a straight line, right? I didn't get to the top in a straight line. I had bumps, bruises, I had setbacks. Yeah, I got cut up, I got stabbed. I had a lot of problems. But here I am at the top. I can sit here right now as a multimillionaire, and I can say now you can sign up to a free newsletter, and I will email you every day for free lessons from a multimillionaire for free. All it's going to take is 13 seconds of your time to go to the email letter, and maybe 10% of the people watching will do it. And 90% will go, I believe it's decision. People who are broke decided to be. It really is not that difficult to make money. There are actually far less genuinely, and I'm not talking about the guys who front, genuinely high value men than there are pretty girls. You can go to any club in any country in the world. I've been to 72 countries. You can go to any club in any country in the world and see pretty girls. If you're going to find a young, in shape, smart, tall, intelligent, rich man, it's extremely difficult to find. And that man has options. He has more options than a beautiful girl. There are actually far less genuinely, and I'm not talking about the guys who front, genuinely high value men than there are pretty girls. You can go to any club in any country in the world. I've been to 72 countries. You can go to any club in any country in the world and see pretty girls. If you're going to find a young, in shape, smart, tall, intelligent, rich man, it's extremely difficult to find. And that man has options. He has more options than a beautiful girl. Ultra high net worth is above $30 million. That's not even rich, right? When I was on the Bugatti dinner, I'm sitting with
here right now, TikTok in my fucking
bunch of fucking losers. Quitters never get anywhere in life. Doesn't matter if you give them all the skill, doesn't matter if you give them all the talent. Life's difficult, right? You can get the most talented man in the world, but if he's a quitter, he'll never be a champion. Never. You can give a man all the tools he needs to become financially successful inside of the world's best online educational platform run by the top G, top striker, Hustles University. And guess what? He won't make a penny because he will fucking quit. Most people are repeating opinions, and I'm saying, where did you get that opinion from? They can't remember where they got it from. They don't know who even told them. They don't know why they so fervently believe in it. They're just told, they're programmed. You need to genuinely analyze your brain, defrag every single opinion you strongly have and identify where it came from and if that person is your best interest.
Let me tell you a secret of the universe. Negative energy is real and it's very, very sticky. If you hang around someone who's negative and talks about negative things and believes negative things and they say negative things, all the other negative energy in the universe hears this person and says, this person is susceptible to our fuckery. Let's attack him. They attract it. Me and my team, we only speak positively. I don't have negativity around me. If I'm around someone who's complaining, even about something small, I had a flat tire, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't let negativity around me. So just don't come at me with any kind of negative crap.
Every time you spend money, even if it's a pound, write down how they got it from you. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, all right, cool. You're walking down the street. You're going to Starbucks. You buy a coffee. Why did they take your money? Well, I wanted coffee. Yeah, but how? Okay, you wanted coffee, right? Cool. Did you only want a coffee because you saw Starbucks, or did you want a coffee beforehand? Why did you want their coffee and not another coffee? Did you buy a cake as well? Why did you buy a cake? All right, cool. So now you identified how they took your money. Then realize how they could have took more of your money. You bought a cake, but you didn't buy a sandwich. Why? The sandwiches weren't on display, or they looked cold, or they looked rubbish. Or the woman who was serving me was old and ugly. Maybe she was a young cutie and talked to me about bologna sandwiches, or I bought one. Right? So you need to start identifying how your money is taken from you. Because once you identify how your money is taken from you, you can start to actually intelligently think about how you can take money from other.
The one that we're holding is a Siberian tiger. This one is a Bengal tiger.
I had a girlfriend once. She was a vegan. I didn't know she was a vegan. Unfortunately, I found out. She said, oh, I'll never cook meat for you. I said, look, well, I'll be honest with you right now. We're going to end up splitting up because you're living in my house and I'm paying the bills. And if I want steak, you're cooking it. That was a good 2-hour argument until she eventually cooked the steak. Of course she did. What's she going to do? Lose me? Mindless. She cooked the steak. She sat there. She pretended she was upset. 2 weeks later, she's eating meat. I converted her. I fixed her. One person at a time, I'm going to fix the world. No man is completely and utterly a one-woman man. That's my point. There's a societal expectation which has been placed upon humanity, and then we have a biological and evolutionary imperative, and the male evolutionary imperative is not to have one female. Now, there are some dudes out there who are going to disagree with me, but those are dudes, they got low testosterone, they're not the big G, they ain't got no money, they ain't nothing, right? That's different. But any man who's actually in a position of status, since the dawn of human time, every single king, every single sultan, all of them had more than one chick. That's actually the natural human.
You do not have a plan to get rich. Nothing good has ever happened on accident. Have you ever met a guy who's just got covered in muscle, he's got a six-pack? You're like, hey bro, how'd you do that? You been going to the gym? No man, it's just an accident. Oops. No, he built that body purposefully. He did things specifically to get the result he desired. He ate a specific way. He trained a specific amount. He knew exactly what he was doing. Every rich person knows exactly what they're doing. People who are making money know exactly how to do it. You're sitting there saying, I want to be rich. You don't even have a plan to get rich. How the fuck are you going to get rich on accident? How's that going to happen? Oops, I'm a millionaire. Never!
My name is Patrick Bateman.
These people have so much control, so much power. They decide truth at this point. It's not about truth is subjective. True, false doesn't exist, right? If everyone in the world were to simultaneously agree that 2 + 2 = 5, then 2 + 2 now equals 5. It doesn't matter if math doesn't work anymore. The whole world believes 2 + 2 = 5. That's now true. If they control what people see and control how people think, then they control what's true and what's false. Trump is racist because they said he's racist. He hasn't done anything racist, but they said he's racist to the point where Trump's now a racist. That's now true. These people now can literally bend reality and
Get your life in order. Just be the strongest, most honorable, best version of yourself. Don't be a bad person. Be a good person. Tell the truth. Be honorable. Protect the people that you care about. Be polite to everybody. Make as much money as you can. Go to the gym. Get in good shape. Find other guys who are on the same mission as you. That's what you need to do. That's going to make you a beacon of resistance. Being part of a group of men who are all on the same mission makes you insanely and instantly powerful. And by doing that in and of itself, we're resisting the Matrix.
I'm dedicating all my time to fighting, which is actually the reason I retired. I retired for 4 years. I came back last year and I fought 3 times. I actually retired because one day I woke up and I looked at my life and I thought, I'm giving 7 hours a day to fighting. If I were to put 7 hours a day into something else, what else could I achieve? Because I had a little bit of money from fighting, but I wasn't balling. I wasn't rich. And I thought, what's the point in being the world champion if I can't buy Lambos on the debit card, right? What's the point? So then I thought, well, I want to be rich now. So that's actually the reason I retired. So I was always chasing other things. And then now I've got money, I want to fight again. I'm never happy, bro. This is how it goes, right? You're always chasing something else. But I do feel like to a degree, I have at least partially escaped the Matrix I used to be talking about. I wake up every day and I think, how do I make my life better? Nobody else wakes up each day and goes, how do I make Andrew Tate's life better? So if you're not the person who's waking up every day going, how do I improve my existence? Then nobody on the planet is considering improving your one spin on Earth. So if you don't care, then you're fucked. So you need to wake up and care. Every time you spend money, even if it's a pound, write down how they got it from you. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, all right, cool. You're walking down the street. You're going to Starbucks. You buy a coffee. Why did they take your money? Well, I wanted coffee. Yeah, but how? Okay, you wanted coffee, right? Cool. Did you only want a coffee because you saw Starbucks, or did you want a coffee beforehand? Why did you want their coffee and not another coffee? Did you buy a cake as well? Why did you buy a cake? All right, cool. So now you identified how they took your money. Then realize how they could have took more of your money. You bought a cake, but you didn't buy a sandwich. Why? The sandwiches weren't on display, or they looked cold, or they looked rubbish, or the woman who was serving me was old and ugly. Maybe she was a young cutie and talked to me about bologna sandwiches. I would have bought one. Right? So you need to start identifying how your money is taken from you. Because once you identify how your money is taken from you, you can start to actually intelligently think about how you can take money from other people. The movie The Matrix is people being used for their body heat, and their mind is living inside of a false reality to keep them occupied. What is the difference now? We're all out here working jobs, being used for our body heat, living inside a version of reality which is objectively false. They'll tell you there's things happening that aren't happening. They'll tell you to be afraid of things you shouldn't be afraid of. They'll tell you a fucking giraffe is a horse. They'll tell you all this garbage, and you have to ignore your own eyes and absorb it and accept it. The whole world's fake. I've escaped the Matrix. And when I talk about the Matrix, it primarily applies to men because men are the backbone of the slave force. We always have been and always will be. And unfortunately now, if you're a law-abiding man inside the Matrix, your future and the life that is laid out for you is nothing but depressing. Broke people are one of 3 things. You're either arrogant, lazy, or stupid. You can decide which one you want to be. Maybe you're a mixture of all 3, but you are. Because when I try and tell people how to make money, they usually come back with something like, yeah, but I think
Who cares what you think? If thinking got you where you are, then maybe you should fucking stop. Because you ain't got anything, you're a brokey.
You walk around thinking thoughts your whole life. Look where that got you.
So if you're not arrogant, lazy, or stupid, if you're prepared to do the work and you're prepared to humble yourself and obey and listen, you can join HU and you're guaranteed to make money.
I don't even give a shit about right and wrong. You can tell me depression's, you can give me with every scientific proof in the world, depression, I refuse to believe in things that take my power away from me. I'm only going to construct a mental model that allows me to be as powerful as possible. If believing in the idea of depression is going to take my own power away, then I won't believe in it. I don't want to believe in things that make me weak. I believe in things that make me strong. And someone goes, well, you're wrong. Listen, let's assume you're correct and that makes me wrong. Let's say that you're right and you're depressed. Why would I want to adopt the thinking of a man who is sad? Why would I want to think like you? Wouldn't it better to be wrong and be happy and have a sports car and a yacht and a private jet?
Thing ever. Let me tell you a fact, the number one facet of the G mindset. Your life is never going to be worse if you walk through the world believing you are the fucking man. You wake up, you look in the mirror and go, I'm the fucking man. I am the man. There's no one on this planet who can do shit I couldn't do if I put my mind to it. I don't give a fuck how good you are at piano. If I decide to play piano, I would be better than you at piano. And I believe that. I don't just say these things, I fucking believe them. And when you go through life believing you really, really are the man, there are very few downsides. The downsides are everyone's gonna call you an arrogant, everyone's gonna call you arrogant, everyone's gonna call you a dickhead, everyone's gonna say he has a big ego. You're gonna lose a few loser friends. Who cares? What you are gonna gain is other people on the same path. You're gonna gain other people who think, yeah, well, I'm the fucking man too, this guy's the man, let's make some money. That's what's gonna happen. So the first thing you can do with your G mindset is you need to start believing you are the fucking man. Even if you're not the man yet.
From the age of 13, 14, I believed that school was bullshit and would not make me rich. I was in Luton, right? And there was these two Asian lads and they had a Lamborghini and I was at the BP, the petrol station at night, and they were in the Lambo and I was in my friend's Corsa. We were in a normal car. And I said to my friend, when you look at them in their Lamborghini, do you think he studied hard in school or do you think he's a drug dealer? And my friend said, drug dealer. I was like, doesn't this prove to everyone that nobody believes you get rich from school? Nobody believes it. I said this to my teacher. He's like, no, but if you go to college and you go to university. I was like, whoa, I'm going to be 20 what? No, I want money now. I don't have time for this junk.
The law is set up in the way in the Western world where men have absolutely zero power. Most men are clinically depressed, working jobs they hate for marriages, and they know they can't leave because they lose the house and they lose the kids and they lose everything else. So they don't have time to be concerned with anything that's actually happening in the world. They keep us divided and distracted. When the Romans conquered the Greeks, the first thing they did was kill all the fighting age males. Where they are deliberately killing the fighting age males, they're killing the spirit, the warrior spirit inside of men.
And the worst thing is women believe in all the crap they see about business online, right? Like follow your passions. If you really believe in your passion, then you'll make money, which is not even true. That's the worst business advice ever. Do you think the Chinese billionaire, the concrete billionaire in China, is passionate about concrete? No, he doesn't give a fuck. He wants to get paid. Anyone out here who's actually made me real money knows sometimes you gotta do shit you don't want to do to get paid. So this whole passion thing is garbage. If you still believe that, then you should fucking quit business completely.
It's actually kind of interesting that a lot of these tech guys and tech people, they pretend physicality doesn't matter and they make all this money and they own Facebook and Amazon and whatever, but eventually they end up doing MMA like Zuckerberg or taking testosterone replacement like Jeff Bezos. It gets to a point where you finally must accept the reality that your physicality and your mentality as a man are linked, and you cannot be happy and strong in your mind if you are weak in your body. You need to have a strong body to have a strong mind as a man. No way to escape it. And that's one of the reasons why I preach so much about training, learning to fight, get in the gym, get bigger, get stronger. You will fix your mind if you fix your body. You should be as strong as you possibly.
If someone comes up and goes, Tate, you're my hero. Can I have a picture with you? I can't really say no. I'm your hero, but f*** off. You're broke. Go back to your wagey job. I will not take a photo with you. You do not deserve 3 seconds of my time. Get the fuck out of here. It's difficult to do, right?
I've lost women who I didn't want to lose, but I let them go. I didn't beg for them back. I didn't cry about it. I just let them leave. I handled it like a man. And the truth is, as a man, a woman doesn't even have to like you. She doesn't even have to love you, but if she respects you, she's always going to be around. And this is why if I love a woman with all my heart and she goes, I want to leave, the first thing I'm going to say is, fucking pack. Because if I say anything else, she's not going to respect me. Oh, please stay. I'll say, look, I don't want you to leave. I would like you to stay, but if you're going to talk shit and threaten me, you get the fuck out of my house. Like I've had women leave me, but I've never had a woman not respect me. And that's why I can hit up any ex I've ever had, and I know them. They respect me on a base level. So why do they respect me? Because I respect myself. So I will never sacrifice my self-respect. I've lost women who I didn't want to lose, but I let them go. I didn't beg for them back. I didn't cry about it. I just let them leave. I handled it like a man. And the truth is, as a man, a woman doesn't even have to like you. She doesn't even have to love you, but if she respects you, she's always going to be around. And this is why if I love a woman with all my heart and she goes, I want to leave, the first thing I'm going to say is, fucking pack. Because if I say anything else, she's not going to respect me. Oh, please stay. I'll say, look, I don't want you to leave. I would like you to stay, but if you're going to talk shit and threaten me, you get the fuck out of my house. Like I've had women leave me, but I've never had a woman not respect me. And that's why I can hit up any ex I've ever had, and I know them. They respect me on a base level. So why do they respect me? Because I respect myself. So I will never sacrifice my self-respect.
You do something quick, you do something fast, you do something first, and by the time other people find out about it, the money's already been made. Crypto is a perfect example of this. Bitcoin's an absolutely perfect example. You as one man have a life to live, and you only have a certain amount of human waking hours, and you only have one set of eyes. You cannot pay attention to absolutely everything. You need to be part of a network of people who are paying attention to things for you, so you can benefit. That's how I benefit most.
I refuse to have a single person who is a fan of mine lose money because I made money. If you buy one of my products, it's going to make your life better. I'm not going to sit here and promote some coin knowing that some people are going to win, but some poor innocent guy is going to believe in me, put his last money in, and it's going to dump and he's going to lose. I'm a person of integrity who doesn't need money. I will not let a single person who believes in me lose money because of my words. I refuse to sell any bullshit. I will not sell my soul. That's it. If you believe in Tate, your life is going to get better. Every single one of my fans is going to have a better life for listening to me. Their mind's going to be stronger, their wallet's going to be stronger, their body's going to be stronger. I want people to walk down the street and look at a guy who's clearly winning in life, getting out of the Lamborghini with a bunch of muscles and a hot bitch and go, that is an Andrew Tate fan. The reason I know I'm a positive force for the world is because of the way they attacked me. They wouldn't attack me this way unless I was a good force for the world. The way they tried to destroy me is satanic in and of itself because they know that I'm a good person and they don't want me out here teaching morality. That's why they're trying to get rid of me.
I don't feel motivated. I don't feel. Leave the feelings to the girls. That's what they do. We act. So the world got built. All of it. All the men who built the fucking skyscrapers felt scared. They did it anyway. You need to become a man of action. Stop worrying about how you feel. Start worrying about what you. When you're at a point where you're truly completely independent and they text you and say this and you say get fucked and you have massive influence, especially the masculine youth. If I'm convincing large amounts of these people to think for themselves and ignore the slave mind programming and tell the government to basically get fucked and I want to think for myself and be a sovereign individual, I'm a threat to the system.
The Rock, if you're watching, I hope you heard that and didn't remember Andrew's name, but I think you must have. Hey, I heard this quote the other day, but I'm not sure where from. Then he directly quoted you. Come on, Rock, man. Come on, Dwayne.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Here, the Rock used my quote. Here.
I heard this quote the other day that I want to share with you guys. Now, I'm paraphrasing here, but it goes like this. The person who goes to the gym every single day, regardless of how they feel, will always beat the person who goes to the gym when they feel like going to the gym.
The man who goes to the gym every single day, regardless of how he feels, will always beat the man who goes to the gym when he feels like going to the gym. You talk about GTA, Grand Theft Auto. I've never played any of those games, but I find it amazing that people will sit there and spend all their time upgrading that character, making as much money as they can, getting the best guns, getting strong, getting some hoes, meeting important people, getting the best car. They'll do all that in a game, but they won't do it in real life. I find that incredible. I don't see why people play the games. They play the games because they're scared of loss, because if you die in the game, you get another chance. If you lose in the game, you get another chance. In life, you get one shot. If you get some balls, that's what life is as a game. That's what life is as a man. This is one big video game. You get to upgrade your character. You will not appreciate your six-pack unless you didn't have one and you had to earn it. That's how the world works. So when I talk to these dudes like, oh, but it's, you know what, Tate, yeah, I agree, but you know, it's hard. Of course it is. It's supposed to be. When someone says to me, I want to escape the matrix, I think for myself is, okay, then you need to be prepared financially. You need money to go to war. So the first thing I do is I teach anybody who's a fan of mine to make as much money as possible. And I don't do that to make money. In fact, school is ridiculously cheap. It's so cheap, it's less than a lunch. Anybody who is a fan of mine, I want those people to be as wealthy as possible because they agree with my mindset. I want to equip my soldiers. I don't want everyone who agrees with me to be an unimportant brokey. I want the people who agree with me to be influential and rich. I want them to be able to stand up and talk and fight for themselves. The only thing you can control in your life is what you think in your mind. So if you're going to sit there and go, oh, I'm sad, you can change that. Why you would allow your mind to take power from you? Why would you let your own mind convince you you're not a lucky person or I'm not confident? Why would you let your own mind sabotage you? Why wouldn't you reprogram your own mind to be on your team?
Said if I had a son and he was doing the exact same shit I was doing, I don't know if I'd be able to allow him. Bro, I had a motorcycle, no helmet, GSXR 750s, running from the cops, and bro, I was doing dumb shit. And it's like I could have been splattered so many times. Here I am. So it's difficult. But there's a lot of famous people and rich people who make sure their kids have no money, but it can't only be about having no money. It's about having no safety net. It's all about being ruthless enough to say to your son, listen, you fucked up. Well, what do you mean you owe the mafia money? You fucked up. Like, and it's going to be hard to not bail his ass out because that's your son, right? But if it's your progeny and it's your bloodline, you're going to have to make sure that you're doing the right thing, because when there's always a safety net, it's different. It's different to jump off a building when there's always a bungee. It's just life's different. I lived my whole life without a safety net. That was it. Like, I fucked up. I couldn't call anybody.
I'm taking testosterone. I don't take creatine, protein shake, none of that crap. You know what I do? I smoke cigars, I drink booze, I have threesomes, and I hit the gym and I lift the weights like a G.
That's it.
That's it. There's no secret. Hard work. That's all it is.
In fact, I would basically guarantee that 99% of men are lying at least 80% of the time. Men are liars. Women are correct. Men are liars. Women wear makeup because men fall in love with what they see, and men lie because women fall in love with what they hear.
The Matrix is attacking this stream as we speak. The Matrix is afraid. Tristan, they fired their biggest weapon at us. Let's hit them with the most powerful weapon we have. Let's cancel them. That's the biggest bullet they have. Imagine shooting a man with your last bullet and he stands there, unfazed.
Character and cancel you. They put you in jail for something you did not do.
Matrix has attacked you.
And the last is they kill you. If you ever ask and you say, hey, can you meet my friend? No, I don't want new friends. I don't want to meet any new people, whether they're famous or not. I want my brother, my cousin, a woman I trust, maybe my dog, and that's it. And I want to be left the fuck alone. I've never met anybody who is in fantastic shape, and you say, how'd you get in fantastic shape? And he goes, oops. Don't know, bro. Just, oops. No, absolutely not. I went to the gym every day. I ate this particular way. I had a meal plan. I dieted. Nothing is going to happen on accident.
We're going to see HU in the next 4 years. What's my vision for it? My vision is to destroy all the modern education systems along with my attack on the Matrix in real time. And also the most important thing for HU for me is to give everybody the money they need to join the War Room. The War Room is the next step up from HU. In the War Room, the soldiers that we are creating are going to be some of the most important and influential people on the planet. HU gives you all of the information that you will ever need to get the money required to join the War Room, and from the War Room your life will change forever. Then you will truly join the movement for the attack against the Matrix. The point of HU is that anybody who agrees with me and have money, I do not need broke people on my side. Anybody who is serious about genuinely changing their life, becoming a man of status, and attacking the Matrix and joining the War Room. That is what HU is for. If you're sitting here and you just want money and that's all you care about, then you can join Hustlers University. I created Hustlers University. It's $50. Anybody can join, and we teach 18 modern wealth creation methods. None of the stuff you've heard of before. Modern wealth creation, whether it's decentralized finance, e-commerce, all these things, right? Stocks, options, etc. We teach modern wealth creation methods. Everything that is good about the world is being destroyed in real time. Tradition is nothing more than tested thinking. The reason things were done a certain way, the reason tradition has existed, is because it was tested paradigms in which empires and civilizations knew if they adhered to certain strict criterias, the society operated in a particular fashion. That's all being destroyed, and they're replacing it all with brand new think. And all this new think is going to lead to new places, and the people who are in charge of the world seem to think the new place will be good. I, and anyone else with a brain, understand the new place is going to be very, very bad. Enjoy everything. Enjoy the sunshine through the window as you sit in traffic. Because I've been to a lot of places, I've seen a lot of things where people would do anything to be you. A bad day is coming. For all of us, right? For all of us in our future, there's 100% probability that either we're gonna die or someone we love is gonna die. You will have a reason to be upset soon enough. That's a fact. Why are you doing it in advance? Like nothing's wrong today. Oh, well, you have a flat tire. Boo-hoo. People are so emotionally reactive to low-level stuff. I don't know how long I'll live, but I know that I'm gonna enjoy myself every single second.
older emails from my father, and I've chosen some nuggets and some insights. What's really interesting about these insights is that these were all sent to me between 2011 and 2013. When I read them out to you, they're going to seem like they are perfect for right now. You're going to say, wow, that is so applicable to the world today. But they were sent in 2011 or 2013, a long time ago. My father was an expert at predicting the future. He was a master of it. That's how he was so good at chess. He could see the future. He could see what was going to happen. And he was saying things so many years ago that nobody was talking about at the time, which has become so remarkably true. I was reading these today thinking, wow, if he was alive today, he would be impressed with himself with how accurately he predicted the planet. He was already impressed with himself, and he already knew he was right. So he didn't need to think future because he knew the future. That's what he was. He was master. Born a certain height and then to sit there and go, what do I do? I'll tell you what you do. You become the best version of yourself, just like everyone else does. We're all born, okay, let's say we were all blessed with height at this table. We still had to become the best version of ourselves. If I was only 6'3" and didn't achieve any of the other things I've achieved, none of you would be watching this podcast right now. You're born a certain height and then to sit there and go, what do I do? I'll tell you what you do. You become the best version of yourself, just like everyone else does. We're all born, okay, let's say we were all blessed with height at this table. We still had to become the best version of ourselves. If I was only 6'3" and didn't achieve any of the other things I've achieved, none of you would be watching this podcast right now.